When I'm running, I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry.
What's up guys, welcome back to Fozzie's Garage. I figured I would make a little video since these Chevy Cruzes have nothing but problems with, let's start what? Leaking coolant. Little background on my mechanic. I don't claim to be, I'm on GM certified, any of that. I was raised by a mechanic, work on all my shit all the time, and I've done about everything I can to this thing to make it quit leaking coolant. And this was my last ditch effort, and figured I'll just put the information out there since there's all the people on the Facebook forums and everything and kind of helpless. So what I've done so far was I rated all the gaskets, all the O-rings, all that on all the coolant, replaced all that, which some of the O-rings and gaskets are actually kind of expensive. Little thermostat, that's been replaced with the updated one. Cleaned everything, all that. The last time I took it apart because it started leaking after like 6 months again, because Chevy Cruze things. I got some fancy, I'll just show you the bottle. Now, preface, this shit is expensive, but it's also the best stuff you can buy. Permatex, 1 minute, gasket maker. Preference, if you use that, yeah, it sets up in like 1 minute, but also give it as much time as you can. Because the longer it sits, the better. But your money, your shit, do whatever you want. So I put that on every single thing, whether it had an O-ring or not. I put it on top of that just because I was done with this car. And I think this was in the dead of winter. And obviously no coolant means no heat. So I'm sure you understand. But this last go around started leaking again. I gobbed that shit on as much as I could. This isn't my car, but she had to go do something, had to drive it. It probably got the setup for a couple hours or whatever and got driven, and compared to the leak that it did have, it was a hell of a lot better. But ever since I've done that, it's never leaked out of this little deal again, which I think it only leaked out of there once because I had a ripped O-ring. I put a new O-ring, and I just put the gasket maker on there just for insurance. I've done that. That one's not leaked again. Against the block hasn't leaked. I don't think it's leaked since it's got the new gasket. But the one thing that's given me the most problem, and I do believe is the most common leak that reoccurs on a Chevy Cruze, is on this pipe where it meets back up to, I don't know the technical name of it, I guess thermostat housing. It'll get you there on the Google search. On there, it has like an inset squared off circular O-ring that sits in, and it just doesn't seem like the O-ring lasts. I'll grab a flashlight. O-ring doesn't last. It sits there and collapses back in, and it starts to leak again. It's a really shitty design. That's good for it. And this last time it was leaking pretty heavy amount, especially after it got under pressure and whatnot. And then I put the gasket maker on it, and it helped a absolute ton. But what I did was I took all, you kind of got to take some of the stuff off anyway to get that pipe out. But I took that out, cleaned the surface. I reapplicated the gasket maker on both sides, the thermostat housing and whatever the hell you want to call this pipe. But I also went to the good old O'Reilly's and got gasket maker sheets, which is part number 3060. You get 1 cork, 2 cork, this rubber sheet and this rubber sheet, cork rubber sheet, one's thicker, one's thinner, rubber cellulose sheet, which is what you used, which is the blue one, and the rubber fiber sheet. Cork is basically oil filler cap and air cleaner. The rubber cellulose for water outlet, obviously, and the rubber one's for fuel pump mounting. There's that information if you want to know it. Well, I put the gasket maker on both sides. I cut the gasket out to match what needs to go, obviously, and then I have thrown this all back together. I haven't tested it, obviously, because I just put everything back together maybe a minute ago, so it hasn't really got a chance to, what's this? No. Test it, but also I want to give that gasket maker all the time it can to set up, because the longer it sits, the better it sets up, and the harder it gets, and the better chance that you have of it not doing this bullshit again. But short little video. I'd put the information out there for some of the Chevy Cruze owners. I know I put out a little video about how to not cut your hand up changing the headlight. Take that little deal off and you actually put your hand in there. I know you guys have a lot of troubles with these damn cars. This thing's gonna leave as soon as it can. But I hope this helps somebody. If it helped you, you enjoyed watching, or you found something useful or funny, please subscribe, like the video, share it to somebody that has a Chevy Cruze. I appreciate it. Till next time, guys.